I've always been happy with my experience there. I've had super good food. I've never been approached by them. You know, I hear a lot of stories about people trying to, you know, as I know with lots of religions, you have to recruit people. I think that's part of, from what I understand, a big part of religion is, you know, you need more people in your society to show them your way. But I'd never experienced that, and you could say that maybe that's got something to do with what their criteria is for who they accept into their, you know, like, but I don't care. Like, they're not rude to me and they don't not serve me.
People tell me what's happened to them. They're deciding not to go anywhere with it. They're just making a decision not to eat there anymore and to continue to spread the word. And then there was one person where there was another service provider that happened to witness someone being told that their kind isn't welcome here. It was a visible trans person, non-binary. This person did not want to in any way make a complaint, or too risky for sure. So I asked to see the manager, to talk to the manager about the experience, to offer sensitivity training, Trans 101 training, and it was very difficult to get to the manager. I couldn't even see him face to face, but they did give the manager a letter that I'd written around offering at no cost some training for all their staff, and never heard back for them, and tried, you know, a few months later to contact them again, and no response. So.
As far as I know, like, you're not the only person who's asked to do a documentary on us. You know, you could kind of imagine sometimes people's curiosity gets perked. But yeah, we don't do documentaries. Yeah, so I don't know what to tell you so much.
They're very, very, very honest about the child abuse, which really like freaks me out more than anything. Child abuse, that's not something that you should be priding yourself on. I don't know personally what it's like at that farm, but their site says enough for me to not go. If someone is telling you that they had a really bad experience at the 12 tribes, don't say, oh, but you know, they have such good food and the atmosphere is great. You're really devaluing what they went through. And it's best just to have that listening ear and just digest, research, and just be open to it. Don't knock it because you have a comfort or you haven't experienced that.
So I'd like to hear like what your story is about how to discipline children, or like how I should discipline my children.
Really should not, unless you have extreme gentleness.
Right.
That's what we believe in. We believe in gentleness. He can tell you. He's my son.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I can tell you with gentleness, there's no psychological or physiological damage.
Yeah.
It's what it takes.
Yeah.
Gentle spirit.
And so the balloon stick, how does that kind of factor into things?
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really hurt. Like from my experience.
Yeah.
It doesn't cause any damage. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't have any permanent side effects. But it's very. It's dependent on who's using it as well. It's just a small sting. It's not like, you know. It, of course, out of anger, it's more the psychological part of it that can.
What damages children is. What damages children is when parents get angry at them.
Yeah.
No matter what they do, even if they just verbally abuse them, it's still abuse. If you're angry at your child, then you're abusing your child.
Yeah, I know.
That's what we believe, is that you have to. You don't even correct your child if you're angry. Like, go and, you know, like we say, go, you know, and go outside and pray, you know, or count to 10, or, you know,
right.
do something and get yourself, make sure you are under control.
What do you
first,
yeah.
and then you can bring your child back into we want to bring our children back into fellowship.
Right.
That's what we do with our children. We don't punish them. We don't hurt them. We just bring them from a place where they might be kind of, you know, unhappy. They don't want to do something, but then you bring them back into the place where they're connected to you and they're in fellowship with you.
But the 12 tribes prefers to use a balloon stick. So why the stick and not the hand? Is there something in the Bible about using a stick to hit children instead of the hand?
Yeah, the Bible talks about using a rod. Yes.
A rod, okay.
Yeah, and which is like a thin, like a, you know, willows. In the old days, they used to take a little willow stick or you know, something like that.
Huh.
But the hand is abuse, because even training dogs, you know, not to ever hit them with your hand.
Huh.
You never hit a dog with your hand. If you are training a dog and you hit it with your hand, you've lost the dog. You'll never get him back.
Huh.
So
it's a way of separating.
It's stupid to use your hand.
Right.
I would never hit my children with my hand.
Under Canadian law, though, isn't it illegal to hit a child with anything but your hand?
Some people say you're supposed to use your hand, but it's stupid to use your hand.
So you have a problem with the Canadian law? Has the 12 tribes considered taking up lawsuit against the or filing a challenge to correct the law, or you just keep to your own and do it your way?
Yeah, we know. We do what we are convicted of and what we believe. So we would never use our hand.
So what she's reporting is that, okay, you don't have.
And this took me by surprise because I ate in this restaurant for 20 plus years, and I, like everybody and anybody else, never gave it more thorough assessment. And so what happened was, I found out the hard way that they were not an innocent group of people, which is what I thought they were. Approximately 3 plus years ago, my wife joined. I was never a member of this group. And she got sucked into it, and she tried to bring our son into it, and I saw fast, and he's with me. And from then until now, it's been a 3-year odyssey of understanding who these people are and what they do. There's very many levels to who and what the 12 tribes are. So Gene Spriggs is the leader. He's the guy in charge. It's a cult. Fall comes after him. One down from him is Eddie Wiseman. His wife is Jean Swanko. She's a lawyer. And they run the whole thing. Below that is what's called the Apostolic Order, which are the big cheeses of the 12 tribes. Then you have the tribal head for that region. Then you've got all the elders for that region. Then you've got the parents. Then you've got the children. Then you have single men. So they've got an entire hierarchy where, you know, they claim they live in poverty, but the organization has to be worth $500 million. It's not a joke. It's pretty serious. To me, the line is drawn from the elders on up. The elders on up are the people that are responsible for this horror show. Below this are good people who mean well, who are really being hurt and victimized, and they don't know it, and they're in denial of it. And if they see or hear me saying this right now, let me tell you exactly what their response is going to be. They can say and do no wrong. They are closer to God than you are. They would say that I'm the big bad wolf trying to demonize them. But the difference is that we have the internet now, and there's actually hundreds of ex-members of this club that are organized and are trying to get an organized voice. It's a sad thing. I mean, these people are going through a difficult journey, and I'm doing my best trying not to judge as I go along. As a doctor, my duty is to assess, it's not to judge. Most of the people of Nelson were like me. They didn't know or care to know or have reason to care to know, to look deeper as to who and what the 12 tribes are. In my case, I was forced to. the point is, I'm trying to be a voice for the voiceless, the children, the dead children, the living children, the single parent, the single people that are afraid to say or do anything. Most people leave the cult, they're victimized, they're all afraid. But a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are good, smart people, and they're taking action, and that's why there's tons of information out there.